I gave you my heart.
Good morning, Cancers. This is Alyssa with Twin Cup Tarot, and this is going to be a reading for the sign of Cancer for the month of April. But as usual, keep in mind that energy is fluid, time is an illusion, roles can be reversed, and this may not be your story. And that's okay. There's so many amazing readers out there. One of them will resonate with you. All right, Cancer. As soon as I tapped into your energy, I felt something really interesting. Nothing. It was like a blank, almost like, so the first thing that came to my mind is when you restart a computer and there's that pause where nothing's happening, that just pause of anything where it's shut down and hasn't restarted yet, but it's preparing to. Just a blank. Now, at first I was like, wow, Cancer must be feeling numb in the month of April, or I felt maybe you retracted into your shell. But actually it didn't feel negative. It didn't feel positive either, but it didn't feel negative. It just felt like a reboot, restarting, clearing, not really feeling anything one way or the other. Now, for some of you, maybe that has to do with the defense mechanism. You know, a lot of stuff, and obviously this, even though this is for April of 2020 currently, it is technically a timeless reading. So whenever you feel drawn to watch it for the sign of Cancer, it will, most likely resonate with you. But in this current time that I'm doing this video, it is a stressful time in the world as a whole. So this might be a way of you kind of, curbing that anxiety, curbing that stress, and really taking a time just to rest, reboot, pause, not feel anything so you can clear out those negative emotions and restart and clear that hard drive. All right, Cancers, I'm going to start trying cards and see if I can get more clarification on the situation here. Oh. Okay. Cancers, I feel like a lot of you are out of work right now. You're out of work or you feel trapped at home, which is pretty much the story for a lot of people. But I see this continuing into April for you. If you are able to get back to your job, Cancer, I'm basically seeing that, you're still in the middle of rough times financially. And it might, another thing I heard is, even if you have everything you need, your self-esteem might have taken a huge hit just from the fact that you were out of work for a little bit of time, just for the fact that you have less finances and less cush than maybe you had before. What happened in the world happened. I'm basically seeing that you're being really hard on yourself, Cancer. I'm seeing that some of you might be the provider, or actually many of you might be the provider for your home, or you bring stability to your home. You're basically the stability, the backbone, that's beautiful, Cancer. I just basically got this really nurturing energy from you. Really nurturing energy. Energy is fluid here, so this is regardless of gender, but I'm just getting this not necessarily parental, but nurturing energy, a homemaker, someone who basically makes the home peaceful, makes the home stable, even if it's just on an emotional, spiritual, mental level. But this time period has taken a hit on you, Cancer, and I'm actually getting that a lot of that has to do with the financial aspects, not being able to keep things as stable because tensions are so high. And Cancers, you guys are generally very empathic, being a water sign. And that's actually sometimes, a lot of the time, why you draw back into your shell, because sometimes not only are your emotions overwhelming to you, but as your emotions are overwhelming, you are being bombarded by the emotions of others. And right now, people are feeling a high amount of anxiety, okay, in the month of March. So as we go into April, you might have a bit of an energy hangover is actually what I'm feeling. You might feel emotionally drained because March was so difficult. Yeah, I'm basically getting that you feel you feel like you have a lack of options. You feel like stability isn't coming in fast enough. You feel like it's an uphill battle. I'm getting so Atlas having the world on his shoulders is basically what I'm feeling. And I this kills me because I totally know the name of the character in this Greek story, but there was basically a character who who basically went to Hades, and his punishment was to push a boulder uphill for eternity. And I can't remember if he was constantly pushing it uphill or if he pushed it uphill and then as soon as he got to the top, he restarted at the beginning. I can't remember. And it's killing me that I don't remember his name. But I'm kind of getting that energy that you feel like every time you almost reach that peak, all of a sudden you're at a restart. So it's a very difficult energy for you, Cancer, because even if you're someone who, even though Cancers pull back into their shell often, they have an innate, nurturing, loving, family centric energy. And when they feel like they can't keep stability and peace in their home, they take it very personally. They take it very hard on the chin. And Cancer, I'm getting that's the energy for you at least at the beginning of April. With this High Priestess energy, I get that, well, and it makes sense because you're watching a tarot reading, but I get that majority of you that are watching this reading are very intuitive, empathic, very spiritual, and you're just feeling very unbalanced, very unaligned. Oh man, Cancer, I just feel you guys being so hard on yourselves. And the hard part here is that none of this was within your control, is what I'm getting. Is that this was something that happened that was completely out of your control, affected not just you, not just your family, your home environment, but this affected the world. So, Cancer, please, please, please be easier on yourself. I'm going to get a couple cards from the Healing Star Submerged deck here. Get some advice, some guidance, some healing words for you, Cancer. Oh man, that was a lot. Okay, we're reading it. We're reading it. Okay, I have focus on today, on you, and on right now. People and situations will always try to test you. Find peace in listening to the birds sing during spring. We're talking about April here, babies. Help those who were on the path you were once on and survived. Cancer, that is beautiful. Okay, I think these messages are really clear and they're so appropriate to what we're talking about. Focus on today, on you, and on right now. Don't dwell on the past, okay? Now, you can't change what happened in the past. You can't change the emotional overload that happened in the past. You can't change the instability that happened in the past, the anxiety. You can't change that, but you can change how you look at the past, okay? And part of what you should change right now is to stop making that an emotional trigger, okay? Look at the past as it was from the best way I can put this is a clear mind and with a logical perspective. Okay, this is what happened. That sucked. But that's not going on anymore. I'm out of that. That's over. Okay? I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm stable. I am aligned. I am balanced. I'm hearing, Cancer, that you should really, really try to say this to yourself every single day. I am balanced. I am stable. I am safe. I am taken care of. God's got me. My angels got me. The universe has got me. That's what I'm hearing, Cancer. I am good enough. I did not fail. I survived. Okay? And with this, people and situations will always try to test you. Now, that's pretty broad, but, what it's saying is, and it's not necessarily that you're being tested because you deserve to be tested, or this had to happen to teach you what's what. No, it's not like that. What I'm getting is that these situations that arise are meant to teach us something. Okay? And it's not always the easiest lesson. Okay? Sometimes we have to fall so that we learn how to dust ourselves off and stand back up again. Okay? And none of us know what the future holds. This could be preparing us for another fall. And if we wouldn't have gone through this, then we wouldn't have been able to deal with what's to come. Okay? And not to be bleak, this is actually, in my mind, a positive message. This is basically making you stronger in the end, despite what had happened. And in the fine peace and listening to the birds sing during spring, we're talking about April here, spring. Take every moment you can to just be in the moment and then feel the peace around you. And for you, Cancer, I would say, obviously right now there's a lot of social distancing going on, and that's probably going to extend into April. But I would say one of the best things you can do for yourself is to get out into nature near a body of water, if you can. It could be a creek, a river, a lake, the ocean, or it could be as simple as on a rainy day, bundle up and then go out somewhere into nature and just hear the rainfall. Okay? I'm basically hearing that you should really utilize your element at this time, Cancer. Really utilize your element to bring peace and calm to you. Okay? Because the thing about, any type of, well, especially, okay, let's talk about the ocean here. Okay? The ocean can be at peace. It can be calm. It runs very, very deep. It has currents underneath the surface. But the ocean can also be a turbulent and dicey place. And that goes with being a water sign, is that your emotions can go from very peaceful to very turbulent, very fast. And being as water signs are very intuitive and generally empathic, that it hits you hard. Okay? Your emotions hit you harder. So do what you can to tap into that peaceful energy, okay? And if you can't get outside near a body of water of some sort, my recommendation is actually to get a small fountain or one of those, and it probably is still called a fountain, but the small decorative things that run water, something that basically makes the sound of water, getting a fish tank and hearing, the water run through the filter, that constant water sound. I think all of that's going to be very soothing. If you have to, there are many apps out there with nature sounds, and maybe while you sleep or you're taking time to meditate or you're taking time to realign, you run that sound so that you hear it, and it can, I believe that it would help balance you a bit. And then we have help those who are on the path you were once on and survived. I get a couple things with this, Cancer. For those of you who are watching this and they resonate and resonate with this video, I'm getting that some of you might actually improve your mental state by helping other people improve their mental and emotional state. By being a support to others, that can actually help you support yourself, which makes sense because, like I said, I feel very tapped into an extremely nurturing energy. Someone who really has a need to take care of others, okay? So this is a really good time to reach out to others, Okay, even if you have to social distance, quote unquote, you can still contact people over the phone, over social media, whatever, and still reach out and say, hey, how's it going? Oh, you're having a rough time? Talk at me. Talk at me. Let me be your ear. Let me be your sounding board. You want advice? No? Then I'll just listen. You want advice now? Okay, great. What about this? By doing that, I think that's going to help you align yourself. The other message I get is those of you who are resonating with this might be actually saying that the reason you're going through this now is because you're going to be a huge resource and asset to other people in the future. So some of you might actually be considering, or you might consider in the future, going into therapy, counseling. You might go into being someone who works with a hotline. You might become a medical professional of some sort. You might be a caregiver of some sort. You might be a life coach. I'm getting a lot here. An advisor of some sort, maybe even a teacher. Someone who's there to nurture and strengthen and teach others, guide others, and which is really, really beautiful, Cancer. So I think the main message that I'm getting here is that April is going to be about rebooting. Okay? Turn everything off. Take that breath. Take that deep breath, that pause. Focus on aligning yourself. Don't be trapped in the past. Don't worry about the future. Worry about right now. Every breath you're taking, every step that you're making, take it one step at a time, okay? You will get to the top of the stairs. Take it one step at a time. You can do this, Cancer. You can do this. I'm just seeing that this is going to be about having that spa day, taking care of yourself, having the mental health days, And yeah, I'm just seeing that realignment is going to be the theme of your life in April. I feel... I'm going to pull some more cards here and see if we got anything else for April. Any other advice, guidance, what to expect. Yeah. Okay. So pretty much the same thing, slightly different. I don't know what this is in regards to, Cancer. I don't know if this has to do with your career, where you live, a romantic partner, a potential romantic interest. I'm not sure exactly what this is in regards to because I'm just seeing a lot of anxiety and stress kind of overshadowing it. But I basically see that instead of retracting into your shell like you normally do, when you feel emotionally overburdened, I'm seeing that you feel so bogged down by the excess of emotions that, really were thrown at you in March, that you might have the inclination to run away. Okay? I'm basically seeing a crab running across the sand away from something and it being just out of reach from whatever's chasing it. Okay? Or at least that's the perception. I don't think there's actually anything chasing you, Cancer. I think you're trying to run from the emotional burden that you feel is upon you right now. And once again, it's saying, okay, focus on your stability. Focus on balancing yourself. Really start letting go of that excess emotion. Realize that it's not yours to bear, and then let it go up to the light. Okay? With this, I think it's once again saying that you're feeling emotionally raw. Okay. And once again, it would be in your best interest to give to others. But that being said, with this giving to others, being there for others, be careful as well not to give more than you can afford to energetically. Because as it is, you're already going to have a hard time finding balance. So actually, what I just heard is at beginning of April, you're looking at having some emotional excess in terms of your anxiety, your stress. A lot of that's going to be from other people, the overall situation, kind of the anxiety and tenseness in the air. Possibly the second week of April, you're really going to start that reboot process where you're going to shut down, take a pause. You might go into hermit mode, hermit crab mode, which I think would actually be healthy for you as long as you're focusing on balancing yourself and not focusing on your stress and anxiety. And then into, I would say, the third or fourth week in April, I see you guys really coming out of that hermit crab mode and essentially feeling a little more peaceful, feeling a little more calm. And that's actually really positive. So I do see some conflict and basically some hurdles in April, but I see that this is actually going to make you stronger. This is something that you had to learn to dust off yourself and basically learn how to stand back up after falling. And this is something that's actually going to be very useful to you in the future. It might not look like it now, Cancer, but I basically see that this is going to add to your arsenal of things that you can use in the future to be more prepared for when things like this happen. So I don't know if that made sense, Cancer. I really don't. I really hope it made sense. But it was... I know you'll get through this, Cancer. I know you will get through this. All right, Cancer, that was your reading. Please like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below and let me know if this resonates with you. I love you so much, and you'll get through this. Bye, honeybees.